Recently, extreme weather events such as heat waves and heavy rainfall have been occurring more frequently. Did you know that these extreme weather patterns can also affect inflation? According to the analysis of the impact of weather shocks such as high temperatures and heavy rainfall on inflation, both high-temperature shocks and precipitation shocks were found to generate not just temporary effects, but persistent upward pressure on prices, lasting for more than a year. In particular, while the inflationary pressure from precipitation shocks tends to fade after about 15 months, the effect of high-temperature shocks persists for more than 12 months, continuing to drive up prices over a long period. Moreover, as the magnitude of weather shocks increases, their impact on inflation rises non-linearly. The inflationary effect observed during extreme heat events, those in the top 5% of daily maximum temperature levels, was about 2.5 times greater than that of non-extreme conditions. Similarly, extreme precipitation events caused about 2.3 times greater upward impacts on inflation than ordinary rainfall events. Next, by item category, both high temperature and precipitation shocks were found to exert upward pressure on goods prices. Overall, prices of agricultural, livestock, and fishery products were found to be more sensitive to weather shocks than industrial goods prices. Meanwhile, the impact of weather shocks on service prices varied depending on the type of shock. High temperature exerted upward pressure on service prices, whereas precipitation shocks had a downward effect. This is because high temperature shocks tend to lower labor productivity and raise operating costs, thereby increasing service production costs. In contrast, precipitation shocks have a greater impact by reducing service demand. So, how will future climate change affect inflation going forward? Applying the Korea Meteorological Administration's climate change projections, including extreme weather events, the analysis shows that if such events intensify through 2100, inflationary pressures are expected to gradually increase over time. In particular, under a high-emission scenario, the impact of high-temperature shocks on consumer price inflation was about 2.5 times greater than under a low-emission scenario. Likewise, the effect of precipitation shocks on consumer prices was nearly twice as large under the high-emission scenario. In essence, addressing climate change should not be viewed merely as an environmental issue, but as a key macroeconomic policy task, essential for ensuring economic and price stability. First, to strengthen resilience, it is essential to enhance the productivity and supply stability of climate-vulnerable sectors such as agriculture, livestock, and fisheries, while expanding climate adaptation investments such as disaster response infrastructure. At the same time, insurance and financial safety nets should be strengthened. Above all, as extreme weather events become part of everyday life, it is necessary to continuously assess their long-term impact on the macroeconomy and strengthen research to develop effective policy responses.